Imagine waking up one day to discover that everything you've ever loved in your life, your favorite things, people, and even identity, has vanished. You would be discomforted, anxious, and afraid. That is indeed the very human experience of suffering, a feeling with which every single one of us has been too well acquainted. What if such suffering comes not from that which we lost, but from attachment to it? So in the last video, we discussed dukkha, suffering itself. Now we come to the second noble truth, samudaya, where we see that our desires are the chains that tie us to suffering. Buddha identified our desires, tanha, as the root cause of all suffering. We suffer because we desire something. As well put by Naval Ravikant, desire is a contract you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want. We then are destined to suffer with desire, and when we get what we desire, we ultimately desire more and create greater suffering. There are three types of desire which lead to suffering. The first is the desire for sensory pleasures. This includes our craving for physical comfort, emotional highs, and material wealth. The second is the desire for existence. We want to be someone or something. The drive to establish our identity, status, or role in the world. The third is the desire for non-existence. It is just a desire to run away from pain, responsibilities, and escape reality. Now that you understand the root of suffering, realize now that this doesn't mean you should not desire at all. In fact, desiring itself isn't the problem, but rather attaching to and grasping for those desires. We just trap ourselves in a vicious cycle of suffering by becoming obsessed with desire, fulfillment, or avoidance of discomfort. This constant craving for more, or the fear of losing what we have, locks us into a perpetual state of dissatisfaction. It keeps repeating. Desires in themselves are not inherently harmful. They motivate us to wake up each day, pursue our goals, and drive progress in life. Without desire, there would be no growth, no movement forward. The key is to cultivate desires that lead to positive outcomes, such as the desire for compassion, enlightenment, or the well-being of others. Imagine waking up each day driven by a desire to contribute genuinely to society, free from any hidden agendas or personal gain. However, in today's world, our desires are amplified like never before, especially with the rise of social media. We're constantly exposed to the lives and possessions of others, which fuels our cravings. We see what others have, and we want it for ourselves. But this relentless pursuit only deepens our suffering. Let us see a story to understand more. In a village near a forest, a wise monk was sought after for his advice. One day, a young man came to him, troubled by the suffering caused by his desires for wealth, love, and success. The monk invited the young man on a walk through the forest and told him about a trap used by hunters. They place a banana inside a hollowed-out coconut with a small hole. A monkey, lured by the banana, grabs it but can't pull its hand out while holding it. Unwilling to let go, the monkey becomes trapped and is easily captured. The monk explained that the monkey's suffering comes from its attachment to the banana. Similarly, the young man's suffering stemmed from his attachment to his desires. If the monkey could release the banana, it would be free, just as the young man could free himself by letting go of his desires. The monkey isn't wrong for wanting the banana, it needs it to survive, but it was wrong to cling to it and not let go. In the same way, you're not wrong for desiring, as you need to live your life and progress, but you need to learn to let go so that it doesn't control you. Understand your desires, Become aware of them to not be attached. Desires should serve as tools to navigate your life, not as masters dictating your every move. And when you achieve your desires, remain mindful of the new desires that may arise, so they don't lead you back into a cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. Learn to stop moving your goalpost. As we conclude, I hope these insights will guide you in your work tomorrow and in any situation you face. When you come to suffering, may you reflect on your desires, become aware of them, and learn to let go where appropriate. And above all, may you employ your desires wisely, putting them to work for you, rather than be enslaved by them.